Skip, here's the problem that Doc has. Not only is he the head coach, not only is he cooking the food, he's shopping for the groceries.
He is.
So this restaurant not doing well is all his fault because he's everything. He coaches the team. He picks the players. Spencer Haas, that's on his watch. Lance Stevenson, that's on his watch. Josh Smith, that's on his watch. Now, this group has been together. Doc has been there 4 years. CP3 is going on what? I think the trade was 2011. CP3 has been there like 6 or 7 years. Blake has been there 7 years. DeAndre Jordan's been there like 5 or 6. So this nucleus has been together for an extremely long period of time. And they have grossly underachieved. So what am I supposed to do with this, Skip? Skip, I think Doc, and Doc is not the only one, when you win a title in any particular sport, all of a sudden it thrusts you into a different light. And Doc has been getting a lot of play on that 2007-2008 title in Boston.
Could argue.
He won it then. They lost in 7 games to the Lakers. And then I think, what was that, 2012? They went 7 games in the Eastern Conference Final with against the Heat and LeBron. Skip, he hadn't come close since. So he's been here 4 years. He has yet to make it out of the second round. They lost in the first round last year to Portland.
No, both Blake and CP3
they got
went
hurt.
out. And they were season-ending.
Okay, well, how about this here? What about that 3-1 lead they had on Houston? Who went out then?
Awful. Just indefensible.
And therein lies the problem. At some point in time, I need you to show results. Skip, they gave a first-round pick. He wanted out because Danny Ainge was moving all these pieces. Garnett was leaving, and Rondo was leaving, and Paul Pierce was leaving, and Ray Allen had already left. So Doc's like, I don't want to be a part of this rebuilding thing. Danny, can you let me out of this contract? Not only did they let him out, he went to the Clippers. The Clippers gave up a first-round pick to get Doc, Skip. So we just didn't hire you. We had to give up something to get you. And we gave you total autonomy. So you picking the players, you coaching the players, and you can't get me past the second round? You can't get to the Western Conference? Forget the NBA Finals. You can't get to the Western Conference Finals? And so how many more years is Doc supposed to get, Skip? I think 4 years is plenty with this nucleus. Now, CP3 is up this year.
He is.
So is Blake.
So is Redick. Uh-oh.
Skip. I need some results. At some point in time, Skip, I'm in the results business. Now, you can have results or you can have excuses. Pick a side and let's play. So which one you want, Doc?
I will disqualify myself up front. I like Doc a lot personally, and there have been times back in his Boston past when I thought he was the best coach in pro basketball, but I cannot defend everything you just laid out on the table. If ever there were such a thing as a do-or-die Game 2 of a first-round series, this is it tonight.
This is absolute must-win in the Game 2.
Because the other the other team lost its Stifle Tower, its shot-blocking giant. Rudy Gobert went out like Andrew Bogut did for the Cavaliers and gone in 60 seconds, right? And it sounds like he might be gone for the whole rest, at least of this round of the playoffs.
Correct.
So now Doc's team is a 9-point favorite at home tonight. You just got to win this game. I think they will win this game. They obviously should win this game. And they should have won Game 1, but they sort of got knocked back on their heels by a team that suddenly got a little desperate without its shot blocker and said, we all got to lock in and lock down. And they did. And it was a close game. And by the way, the Clippers stormed back in the fourth quarter despite a grand total of 2 points from Blake Griffin in the fourth, which is unacceptable. But they won the fourth quarter 25-23, and it goes down to a Joe Johnson shot at the end, and Joe Johnson will take and often make big shots.
ISO Joe.
Okay? He is ISO Joe, but if we could see that shot, it was lucky now. He got a little lucky
Skip,
rim.
In game situation, there's not a whole lot of guys.
Lucky. That's a lucky bounce. It just happened to bounce straight up softly and right through, and it could have gone either way.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. More times than not, Joe Johnson is going to hit and make that shot.
He's made a bunch of them.
Yeah.
What's that?
8 game-winning buzzer beaters in the last 10 years.
I've seen him. He's beaten some of my teams in the past.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid.
Nope.
But he got a little lucky there, but it was a soft shot, so I'll give him that. But the point is, in the end, You're exactly right, because it's 4 years now for Doc, and the records have gone slightly down. They've all been pretty good regular seasons, but he's gone 57 wins, then 56, 53, and this year 51. But he lost Blake and CP3 for 21 games each. So maybe that could contribute to a 51-win season. But still, 51 and 31, that's Cleveland's record.
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's in the West. West is tough. But you've had a 3 seed, 3 seed, 4 seed, 4 seed, and you still haven't gotten to the conference finals. Well, the West is tough. We get that. And 2 years ago, they knocked out my Spurs in the first round because my Spurs lost the last regular season game of the year to fall from 2 all the way down to 6. And all of a sudden, the Clippers had home court advantage in the first round, and it went to Game 7, and Chris Paul made a shot over Tim Duncan to win it. And then, as you point out, they went right to Houston, and what happened? 3 games to 1, boom.
And there was Skip, and they were up. How many were they up? 24 in Game 7.
Just awful. You just can't do it.
With Harden on the bench.
It's inexcusable. It's a fireable offense.
Yes.
Especially at this point now that you've had 4 cracks at this. I still like this team. I like the firepower. The reason I liked them before the year is I thought they would all be playing for a contract. You know, that they'd all want to have a big closeout year to max out if they're going to stay with the Clippers or go elsewhere. They would all want to close on the highest note possible. And it looked like, because Doc did add some pretty good depth to this team.
Yeah.
And Spates and Wes Matthews, you know, they've got some players, and his kid, I think it's been a factor how much he's played his kid. I like Austin, and sometimes he can be really good, but I think Doc may play him to a fault, and it's not, you know, a coincidence that they won their last 7 games after Austin went out with the hamstring, and he's still out. They should have won Game 1. They have to win Game 2. I'm going to say they do win Game 2. I'm going to say they still win this series, and then it would be on to Golden State next, and then we'd see what we see, because I wouldn't love their chances.